Hi guys, I'm Bunny. Are the eyes in your eye looking like flash stickers? I can maybe help with that. The problem with a lot of eye drawing tutorials I have seen is that they only teach you how to draw in a specific style, but they don't actually tell you why you need to draw certain things and how to place the eyes on a face. So that's why I want to teach you how to draw eyes on a face and how you can stylize them any way you want. Forms. To make drawing and understanding eyes easier, I like to think of the eye as four main parts: eyeball, iris, bottom eyelid, and upper eyelid. By thinking about the eye as shapes, it makes it much easier to draw them in different perspectives. When placing the eyes, the space between them should be about the width of an eye. It's also good to think of the planes of the face while drawing and placing the eyes, but I can someday make a separate video for drawing the head. Let's have a look at some real eyes. I quickly trace over all these eyes, and we can see that even though they are all different eye shapes and eyelids, the same form still applies. To my knowledge, there are three common eyelid types, which are double eyelid, monolids, and hooded eyes. But I also wanted to include epicantic fold. I'm not an eye expert, so I apologize if I get something wrong now. Double eyelids is when there is a visible crease or fold in the eyelid that is positioned between the eyelashes and eyebrows. Monolids do not have folds. Hooded eyes are when the eyebrow and soft tissue surrounding the eye starts to sag, causing a bulge that can hide the upper eyelid. An epicantic fold is a skin fold of the upper eyelid that covers the inner corner of the eye. There are also a bunch of eye shapes like round, upturned, downturned, almond eyes, and so on. When drawing characters, it's good to have some variety so you don't end up having same face syndrome, and the eyes are a great way to separate characters from each other. Stylizing. Here are some characters from different animes with different art styles. Even though a lot of them are very simplified and not realistic, if we trace over them, we can still see that they are based on the same form. In anime and a lot of cartoons, eyes are simplified. A good way to simplify is to leave out details. In all of these art styles, common things missing is the waterline and the inner corner. Often in anime styles, only few lashes are drawn to keep them simple and easy to read. Often you can also see gaps in the lines around the eyes, and the upper eye line is much thicker than the bottom one. You can stretch the eye shape into different directions and leave out some details and emphasize others, but you should still base the eyes on the form. A lot of anime styles make the eyes bigger, but I think anime styles with regular size eyes can also look great, but it's easy to make the character look buggy if you make the eyes too big. The way you draw the iris can be a good way to draw unique looking eyes. You can change the size of the pupil, highlights, the shape of the iris and pupil, and the way you color the iris. A common misconception about the iris is that it's just a flat color. By looking at the anatomy of the eyeball, we can actually see that the iris is like a bowl, and in the middle of it is the pupil, which is actually a hole that allows the light to enter the eye. When you're not looking at the person from straight on, the pupil doesn't actually appear to be in the middle of the iris, so by trying it slightly slanted and more to the side, it will give the drawing more depth. How I stylize the eyes. Even though my art style is a lot more realistic than most anime or cartoon art styles, I do stylize the eyes quite a bit. In my style, I make the upper eye line quite thick, I leave out the tear tuck, curve the lashes, make the eyes bigger, and I sometimes don't draw the lines around the eyes all the way into the inner corner. I also don't usually make the pupil fully black, and I like to add a lot of highlights. Expressions. Often beginner artists only use the mouth and eyebrows to add emotion to the characters, but I think the eyes are the window to the soul. If you want the character to look excited or scared, I recommend making the eyes very open and place the eyebrows high. But if you want the character to look happy, you can push the bottom eyelid upwards, since when a person smiles, it pushes their cheeks up, which also pushes the eyelids up. On the other hand, if you want to make a character look angry, you can push the middle of the eyebrows down and make the eyes squint a little bit. If you want the character to look sad, you can push the ends of the eyebrows down. The highlights of the eyes can also help with emotions. Like for a very happy character, you might want to add a lot of highlights, and if the character is supposed to look very depressed, then only one small highlight. And if the character is about to cry, you want to make their eyes look wet by adding a lot of highlights. The pupils also shrink when a person is angry and get bigger when a person is thinking or looking at something they love. But to be honest, there's no correct way for drawing eyes. There's a lot of art styles that don't follow these rules, and I still really enjoy them. Hopefully this video helped you out even a little bit. I'm planning to make a Q&A video when we reach 5k followers, so if you have anything you would want to ask me, you can comment them under this post on my community tab. If you enjoy my art, please go follow me on my other social medias and also YouTube, and maybe even consider commissioning me You can find my socials and the link to my commission info from the bio. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you this commenter for the video idea. I hope you have a nice day or whatever time you're watching this at. Bye!